We're up here for another cab cam. I'm sitting in the Dodge Ram Bighorn. It's a 2500 heavy duty. This thing drives fantastic. Mesa City Ford, thanks for letting me take this thing out in the cornfields and the bean fields. And we're gonna be jumping in the cab with Gene Hurdle here in just a bit. We're up north. I'm in at Otranto, just west of there today. So looking forward to jumping in the cab with Gene and see what's going on. We're in the cornfield. See, we got there you go. And so he's making a pass down there. We'll jump in the cab in just a minute. But look at this thing. Look at this Dodge Ram. Look at all the room in here, huh? Man, power window in the back. You got all sorts of different stuff that you can use. And look at that dash, huh? Woo-wee. Yeah, sounds good. See, Brit's on the air. So anyway, we're gonna get ready to jump in the cab with Gene for another episode of the Cab Cam. Gene and riding up and down doing some corn, and so far I tell you this, it was a challenging start to get things going planting season, but you know, harvest season, we're back in it again. And Gene, how has it been? I know there's been some challenges for this harvest so far with some of this weather and Mother Nature.
The rains really put us behind the 8-ball, the mud. I mean, there's still guys with beans out, and they're the ones that are really having a problem right now. But the corn, it's muddy out here, but hopefully a couple days it'll go decent again.
Yeah. Well, I know just stepping out of the truck and into the combine, a little squishy under the feet.
Yeah, it's definitely, don't park any wagons hardly in the field, that's for sure.
You know, I've noticed that a lot of guys, they don't want to leave them sitting, but with this year going down, tell us a little bit about the history of what you got going on and how you got started into agriculture and farming.
Well, I was raised on a farm in Illinois, and my dad had moved out here, and then he lost everything in the 80s, and he moved out here in 79 and lost everything in the 80s, and I was doing carpentry work down there, and I had bought 100 acres, and then I bought another 100 acres someplace so he could kind of stay out here and do a little bit of farming. And I got married and decided, well, my heart was still in farming rather than carpentry, so the wife and I decided to make the move out to here.
Yeah, we're in the big town of Otranto.
Otranto.
Yeah, I have never heard of it, and I have never been here.
Well, you didn't miss it hardly, did you?
No, you don't want to blink, that's for sure.
No, it was there, and that was it.
Yeah. So, with the farming and everything else, what do you do in your off time when you're not farming? I mean, spring or harvest.
Well, in the off time in the spring, well, let's say spring and harvest, the summertime, there's always something to do. We usually do all of our own spraying and everything else, and I side dress most of my corn, so I stay pretty busy, especially like this year. Yeah. I do a lot of little stuff, and I do a little bit of carpentry work, but not a lot. In the wintertime, I'm kind of haul corn and just work on equipment, and we got 3 grandkids, and
I bet they keep you busy.
Well, they're in Wisconsin, so we go and see them and try and do a few things with them. The wife does quite a bit. She tries to go once a month and see them somehow, but other than that, it's just around the farm.
Mechanics wise, we're looking at the corn head and all the corn, you see it flopping around down there. It's amazing when you look at this, and of course it goes from the head or from the field into the head of the combine, gets all chopped up, and just in a matter of seconds it's in the hopper.
Yeah, it is. I got friends from Illinois that come out, and they just dazed looking at that, look back in the hopper, and they're just amazed how it just takes it all off so cleanly and does the job so fast.
It is amazing. How many bushels of corn or beans does a hopper hold in a combine? This is a 9670.
It's a 9670. It holds right at 300, 280 to 300 of corn. You know, a little bit less on beans. Because
you see a lot of guys in the field running with the, tractor and the wagon, going up and down. They do that for, well, it just speeds up the process a little bit.
oh, very, very much so. The combine never stops. That'd be nice to have. It takes another driver, and then you got to have a drying facility and everything that'll handle it, or you're sitting around anyway. If you're hiring somebody to sit around, that doesn't work. Right. This year, in a wet year, it did be pretty good, but we don't have one, at least yet.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, it's been a lot of fun hanging around here again, stopping in different farmers. We've never been here at Gene's place, and it's always good to get out and see, the countryside, whether it's, in Mason City, Clear Lake, when you get up to St. Ansgar, Osage, a beautiful country up here, and then even when you come to Otranto, just north of, it's east of Carpenter, just a little bit north.
Yep, about straight north of Carpenter, if you followed it right.
Oh, I suppose it would. Yeah, it would be, because you come back east a little bit. So
just a little bit, not bad.
But you don't want to blink, though, I'll tell you that.
No, it's a small town, but not much in it anymore. A lot of the small towns of Iowa.
I think it had a church and a bar.
No bar.
Oh, no bar?
No bar. We got to go to Carpenter for that.
That's for the Friday night fish fry, right?
No, they don't even have fish fry. They got ribs Friday night.
Oh, see, Gene knows. If you want to know what the menu is, just talk to Gene. He'll tell you all about it. Well, Gene, again, thank you so much for letting us hang out here in the combine with you today.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Anybody's invited out to a farm, probably anytime. Farmers are always happy to show people around. If they want to know something about it, come on out and talk to them.
And thanks again to Mason City Ford for letting me drive around that big old Dodge Ram Bighorn. Did you see that thing?
Oh, I saw that. I've got one, so I can't complain.
So there you go. Gene already knows what I'm talking about. If you get the chance, definitely stop on by and check out the Bighorn at Mason City Ford.